Once upon a time, there was a small boy who would use the hundreds of muscles and bones found in the two long protrusions under his torso to move his body along a northern and southern path. North and south he would travel, sometimes using the hundreds of muscles to move his protrusions one in front of the other, causing locomotion. Other times, he would use his protrusions to power levers attached to a circle with spikes around it, which then pulled the links of metal in a forward motion that caused another smaller circle with spikes on it to spin at a more rapid rate than the first circle with spikes that had levers attached to them. This process was then able to propel a combination of triangles and circles in a northern or southern direction at greater speeds. This little boy loved to go both north and south. However, the nucleus accumbens in the little boy's massive collection of neurons made the little boy want to go south for a bit and then go east. For you see, if the boy was able to go south and then east, there was a gigantic collection of members of the Poaceae family waiting for him, where he could engage in the activity of enjoyment. Long did his nucleus accumbens pester the boy to travel to those coordinates and play in the collection of plants belonging to the Poaceae family. Then, to just make the little boy's neurons fire even more rapidly, nestled in the middle of the plants was a collection of silicon, iron, copper, manganese, magnesium, chromium, zinc, some possible other elements, and aluminum that had been combined together into long hollow cylinders and then put together in such a way as to resemble a medieval lodging. There was, however, a problem. Stopping the boy from traveling east was a long black canal that for 90% of the time remained void of any activity, sans the transversing of members of the Formicea family and the Suridae family. Yet, for the other 10% of the time, massive land-moving creatures would cover great distances very quickly in the canal. The problem for our little boy was truly twofold. For starters, his grasp on the works of Henry Poaceae and Mr. Hadamard was very poor, so he could not even hope to predict the occurrence of these creatures down this canal using mathematical models outlined by chaos theory. And secondly, his caregivers explained that due to his physical stature, the manipulators of these large land creatures would not be able to recognize his passage across the canal and stop or slow down to avoid a collision with him. What was a little boy to do? The boy stood physically motionless, unable to traverse the canal. His collection of neurons, however, were extremely busy, connecting concepts that he had experienced before, whether firsthand or through research, to come up with a solution that did not involve high-level theoretical math, or waiting until the instruction set present in his DNA caused an increase in size of his physical being. For what seemed like ages in a specific frame of reference, in space-time, the little boy played with many different combinations of transversal, until the giant collection of neurons remembered an idea first written about by William of Ockham, which could be taken as, among competing hypotheses, the one with the fewest assumptions should be selected, which was a revolution. The little boy decided that the safest way to traverse the canal was to wait until another member of the Homo sapien group happened to be traversing the ravine at near the same coordinates. Then, he would simply follow the taller Homo sapien to the area near the vast quantity of metallurgy and plant life.